All right, so you are Mr. Etchelberger.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with two cases. You're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're also charged with criminal mischief. Those cases, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Thank you, Judge. Judge, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a disturbance call in Harris County, Texas, and made contact with a complaining witness who stated that on April 28, 2025, she observed a prior resident, the defendant, caused damage to the apartment complex after a breakup with a significant other. The complaining witness stated that the defendant broke 3 flower pots and damaged 3 trash cans for a total of $405 worth of damage. On April 29th, the defendant came to the leasing office and demanded property, I believe that was left. The complaining witness asked the defendant if he was the one that caused the damage. The defendant stated he was not. Complaining witness and a witness then tried to get the defendant to leave due to him causing a disturbance. The defendant pushed his way through complaining witness and a witness. A law enforcement officer on scene serving civil papers attempted to detain the defendant. The defendant was able to get away and run from that law enforcement officer. The defendant was later detained when other law enforcement officers arrived on scene.
So the mischief, it's at an apartment.
That's correct, Your Honor.
His apartment?
I believe he was a prior resident of the apartments, Your Honor, and the property belonged to the apartment complex.
And that was my question this morning, Your Honor. I haven't stayed in an apartment in a long time, so typically apartment complexes don't give their property at a residence specific apartment complex.
You mean furnished?
Furniture, it's flower pots. I mean, why would an apartment complex have their flower pots out in front of a resident's apartment?
What all was allegedly broken again?
3 flower pots and 3 trash cans, Your Honor.
Are you saying it belongs to him? What are you saying?
I believe it belongs to him or to the partner, the former partner, the leasees, the people that lease the actual
Because
premises.
if it belongs to the other person, then it's a criminal mischief. You can't break someone else's property.
But he's not the complainant. The complainant is the leasing manager for the apartment complex. They're alleging that the property belongs to the apartment complex.
Your Honor, from the gems, it says that each 3 trash cans were $35 each. They're placed outside for residents to use for trash bags on all 3 levels of Building 8, causing the property to...
So it's like, it must be, cans that officers put out there in case anyone needs to put trash in or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
As far as the interference is concerned, that I may have a problem with.
I don't see how that would interfere.
Because what would they possibly put him in custody for?
So, Your Honor, just to clarify, what the DIMS say, and they go to the great lengths to explain this, is that there was a deputy there who was serving some sort of civil paper.
Sure.
And that he had to stop serving the civil papers to go to detain the defendant, because the defendant, there was a disturbance in the leasing office. And at some point during that disturbance, the defendant got away from the deputy who was serving the papers.
Correct.
It's not really clear from the information, is the serving the civil papers and having to stop that duty to go detain the defendant, or is it the defendant getting away from the deputy, if that's what the basis for the interference is?
And that's correct, Your Honor. Richard and I spoke about that this morning.
So you don't think there's PC on the interference?
I don't think there's PC on the interference. Honestly, either way, if he's trying to serve papers.
I think I agree with you on the interference,
Yes, Your Honor.
but I think that there's PC to go forward on the criminal mischief.
Yes, Your Honor.
No.
I'll dump the interference.
So I'm going to find no probable cause to go forward on the interference. I don't think that they had a reason to, have you in custody or for you to interfere with.
Yes, sir.
I will find that there's probable cause to go forward on the criminal mischief. Is he staying there now or is he gone?
No, Your Honor. I think both individuals have moved away from the apartment
Okay,
complex.
so Mr. Eichelberger, the only thing I'm going to ask you now, well, I'm going to order you is not to go back to this place, not to have contact with the complaining witness. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond, not to be in possession of weapons as well. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Brock and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. Just stay out of trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. I don't want to have to put you in jail. You become a danger to my community. It's not going to go well for you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for now, I'll have you go to Victoria Sign and reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And then after that, you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So we have Mr. Rooker.
Yes, so we have,
You have what?
we've done the paperwork for the deferred.
Okay. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, John.
Okay. Mom and Dad, you can come up. Thank you so much for coming, guys. You're entering into a very You're entering into a very serious agreement now, Mr. Rooker. And if you think that the way that you've acted while you're on bond, it's gonna work like this while you're on probation, you're very mistaken. It's not going to. I'm telling you now, the agreement that you enter into, while it's great if you can complete it because you don't end up with a conviction, you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this deferred. If you violate any condition, you were looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand? So is he living with you guys now?
Yeah.
Because I can't do this alone. While he's been on bond, it's been a veritable nightmare, trying to even get him here. How are you going to be able to make this when you can't even make it to court?
So his situation has drastically changed. He has gone to inpatient rehab. He is currently in outpatient supportive treatment that he attends 3 times a week. He's been opioid free for 6 months now. He is working. He has his own vehicle, so things are very different. And he has moved back. So
If I send him for a drug test now, what's going to happen?
I'm not sure if it takes you. But I'll make sure.
Unacceptable. No means no. I'm going to tell you. I want to send him to TRS today. If you test positive one more time for anything, you will be looking at an inpatient rehab facility in the jail. It's a minimum of 9 to 10 months. If you respond well to treatment, you could be in there for about 1.5 years if you continue to use. And I don't care what it is, whether it's CBD, whether it's oil, whether it's a Bic pen, whether it's pills, whether it's a joint, I don't care. No means no. Do you understand? Mind over matter is what it amounts to. I cannot comprehend how you can let this thing take a hold of you so much so that everything else falls by the wayside. Mind over matter. That's what it's about. And if you ever have the feeling where I'm going to use, you either get in contact with us, you get in contact with probation, you get in just if you use, it could very well cost you about 1.5 years of your life next time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, he is receiving
Suboxone is only something to prevent withdrawal, so you don't go through the madness of withdrawal.
He's consistently on it through his outpatient treatment because his habit was so bad.
What was the drug of choice? Oxy?
Percocet is fentanyl.
You know that all you need is the little amount of your pinky, and it covers you. I can't tell you how many people we've had here that continue to take the pills, continue to take it because the tolerance builds up and you end up killing yourself because you put your lungs to sleep. That's what you do. Not to mention, it's expensive to even do this. How are you even getting the money to do it? Are you working?
Sorry.
What do you do?
Reception.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
He's living with you now?
Yes.
Okay. While he's on probation, he must stay living with you guys. Okay. And I think that it's probably a good idea to have a curfew while he's on probation so that he's not out in the middle of the night. You're not allowed to hang out with any of your old friends. You hang out with the wrong crowd, you're going to end up doing the same thing.
We currently have no curfew.
Now it'll be a part of the probation though, so that he has to adhere to it. And will adhere to we can make it a condition. Anything that you want, we can put it on there as well. So no weapons. If you know of a certain person that he's not supposed to hang around with, let us know. We can make that a part so he's not hanging around with these people. Can't go out at night. No going to any parties. No going to any bars. Hanging out with people who are either convicted felons or of a bad character. So I will let you guys get with Shatoria. You let us know, and then we can make it anything. What do you think is the appropriate time he should be home?
So we had him on during the week at 12 o'clock schedule.
At midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's only because
You gotta work.
he works
Get off
with
at 11.
girlfriend. So,
Houston Community College doesn't stay open until 11 o'clock.
but
So,
he has
well,
a
afterwards.
girlfriend. But he, some girlfriend,
Yeah, but afterwards, like last week, with the events, some days we'll stay after.
not often, but there are times where they have events, but typically the building.
You will have to show what the event is, the time that it ends, and then you get approval. But 10 o'clock is your curfew. I don't want you to at 10 o'clock. You take baby steps to earn trust. Trust isn't something that we just give to you. You have continually broken our trust. So I don't want you to do anything to drive you back into the old Mr. Rooker, because it's unacceptable. And the only thing we want is we don't want you to kill yourself. That's all we want. everyone here, you have a lot to live for. Life is great. You know, the more money you have in life, the better life is. You get to buy nice things. You get to take nice vacations. You go on a cruise. You go, you know, wherever it may be, Hawaii, wherever it may be. But that only happens with money. And you get money with education, with knowledge, not what you've been doing. The agreement that you have worked out is a 13-month deferred. This is a type of probation that, like I said, if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But like I said, you give up the right to a trial, compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers, right to be arraigned. You give up the right to appeal. So once you enter into this agreement, you are stuck with this until you either complete successfully or you violate. You violate this agreement, I'm going to issue a warrant. I'm going to put you in custody, bring you back out, and we're going to talk about what you did to violate. And if you could be looking at an entire year. Do you understand? For you to complete this successfully, you must do a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess supportive outpatient treatment, if they assess inpatient treatment, I don't know. But you understand. No drugs, alcohol, random testing, $100 one-time donation to the family violence provider. We just do Houston Area Women's Center. No weapons. And no harassing, threatening, or abusive contact with Guajardo. Curfew 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You must also do what's called the Batters Intervention Prevention Program. This is an 18-week class that you must go once a week for 18 weeks. Do you understand? The worst possible thing you can do is just take off. That's an immediate warrant. We can always work through any problems. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. It's you doing what you're saying you're going to do, staying out of trouble, and be nice. It's not hard, especially with these probation officers. You go to a probation officer, you make your appointment at 3:30 in the afternoon, you go over there, they're already going to be stressed out because they deal with all these other people. You go in there with a bunch of issues, it's probably not going to go well. You understand? Anything else you think that we should address? I'm going to waive all the fees, so it doesn't have to pay for anything. With regard to if they do any kind of like intensive outpatient, I'd like to try to qualify for, you know, funding.
Yes, sir.
You know, we're going to try to keep everything to a minimum as far as money, but you test positive. Do you understand? I want him tested today, and then let's test again in 50 days. I'm testing you again in 50 days. If you test positive for weed again, you know what happens. Do you understand? How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty, Mr. Rooker. I'm going to withhold that for 13 months. As part of this agreement, the assault is going to be the assault is dismissed, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Rooker, I wish you the best of luck. Make it work. Okay? All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.